audible so that we can continue with the refraction quiz discussion? Am I audible to you? Just let me know in the comments chat box if I'm audible. Are you able to hear me well? Okay. If you're able to hear me well, let me know. So we'll start with the first question. Thank you, Presi. Okay. So when a plano mirror retinoscopy is performed at a distance of 1 meter under no cycloplegia, what is the movement of the reflex that will be observed? That is the question. So this is based on the tabular column that I've taught you. But essentially, remember, working distance and no cycloplegia. These are the two things that are important to us. When there is no cycloplegia only, they can ask you such a question. Now, it's not that it is impossible, but for you as a MCQ. Okay. So working distance, use that as F, focal length. So we need to calculate the D. So you know D is 1 by F. D is equal to inverse of focal length, right? So F is 1 meter. So 1 by 1 will be 1. So 1 diopter. So when you're doing a retinoscopy with using a plano mirror. So when we use a retinoscopy, see, a retinoscope will look something like this. Something similar to a direct ophthalmoscope, but there is a difference. So this is how your retinoscope will look like. Okay, it will be like a rectangular head. Okay, a sharp rectangular head. Unlike your direct ophthalmoscope, which will be a little rounded head. Okay, it's also got a handle. Look at this. Yes. So when you see the reflex, when you're doing the retinoscope, I've taught you this in the main videos. So there is a state where there will be no movement. No movement is when D is equal to 1 by F, 1 by working distance, inverse of the working distance. Here, the working distance is 1 meter. Yes. So the D will be 1 diopter myopia. When the person has a refractive error of 1 diopter myopia, that is minus 1D, then there will be no movement of the reflex while doing retinoscopy. But here, in the question that I've asked, it says person with movement with a myopia less than 1D. That means some minus 0.5 diopter myopia, minus 0.75, minus 0.25. So in that case, there will be a width movement. Is that clear? No movement. See, myopia, there can be 3 possibilities, myopes. Myopia, inverse of the working distance. Here working distance is 1 meter. So 1 by 1, 1 diopter. Myopia equal to 1 diopter. That is minus 1 diopter. No movement. Anything lesser than that would have with movement. Myopia more than that will have against movement. Is that clear? So here the question says, now listen to me. When a plano mirror retinoscopy is performed at a distance of 1 meter without cycloplegia in a person with less than 1D myopia, the movement of the reflex will be option A, no movement, option B, against movement, option C, with movement, option D, any of the above. It cannot be any of the above because I particularly said myopia of less than 1D. If I have just said a myope could be any of the 3. Myope less than 1 diopter means with movement. Okay. More than that minus 1, that is minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, even minus 1.5 or minus 1.25 in this case, when the working distance is 1 meter and no cycloplegia, against movement. Is that clear? Yes. So in this case, it is with movement. Question number 2. Is this pakka clear, everyone? Give me a thumbs up if you understood this, or my favorite heart if you understood this. Then we will proceed to question number 2. Question number 2, Foster-Fuchs spots, FF spots or Foster-Fuchs spots Foster-Fuchs spots are seen in. Thank you, Vinod. Yes, you gave me both the thumbs up and the heart. Yes, all right. So Foster-Fuchs spots are seen in pathological myopia. Okay, these are small black spots. Essentially, they develop at the site of the subretinal hemorrhage. So post which you get pigmentation. So that is Foster-Fuchs spots. Oh, thank you, BU. Oh, heart okay. Nice. So Foster-Fuchs spots are seen in pathological myopia. So the other options were nanophthalmos. Nanophthalmos is a small eye. Yes, it's a hypermetropic eye basically. It's physiological hypermetropia. It's not, it is hypermetropia, but it is not physiological, so to say, but because of a small eyeball. Okay. Aphakia is when you don't have lens, the refractive error would be hypermetropia, but you will not get hypermetropic disc changes or anything, because it basically depends on what the patient was previously. Oh, Vicky also is here. Thank you, Vicky. All right. Next question. Irregular decrease in radius of curvature of cornea results in. See, this again back to the same thing. 1 millimeter change in keratometry, 6 diopter change in IOL power. You remember? Yes. So we're going to use that concept here. So because it deals with cornea, so our answer would be something in 6 diopters. Yes, not the 3 diopter. 3 diopter is for axial length. 1 millimeter change in axial length, 3 diopter change in the refractive power or the refractive power of the IOL, yeah, or the overall refractive power, all that. Now, because it says cornea, so our answer is 6D. Okay. Now, whether it is 6D myopia or hypermetropia, we have to see. So, 2 options we have ruled out. 2 options we have narrowed it down to. So, 1 millimeter decrease in radius of curvature of cornea. See, decrease in curvature means decrease in D. But radius of curvature is inversely proportional to curvature. That means when my radius of curvature decreases, the radius of curvature decreases, what will happen? The curvature will actually increase. So when the curvature, I've marked the wrong answer in the key. All right, I'll change it now for you. So when the radius of curvature decreases, the curvature increases. Yes. So my question is 1 millimeter decrease in radius of curvature. So D increases. Yes. So D increases means F will decrease. So there will be a 6 diopter myopia. Yes, 6 diopter myopia. Any of you got a mistake in the quiz? Don't worry, I've changed it in the test, in the leaderboard quiz. That's what I was wondering why it's showing this. So 6 diopter myopia. Understood? See, radius of curvature is inversely proportional to the curvature. So my question is 1 millimeter decrease in radius of curvature will mean increase in the curvature of cornea. Curvature increase means D increased. Yes, D increase means F decreased. So the focal length is decreased. So the image is in front of the retina. So myopia. 6 diopters myopia. Is that clear? Yes, understood everyone? Yes, Krishna. Krishna, I think you messaged me yesterday on Telegram halfway sometime. I did see it. Thank you so much for your concern, beta. Yes. So 6 diopters myopia, is that clear? Okay. So next question, all of the following are used in the diagnosis of astigmatism except option A, astigmatic fan, yes, it is used. Retinoscope, yes, very much. Bagolini striated glasses, no, that is used for testing your suppression, binocular single vision, yes. So that is Bagolini striated glasses is for your anomalous retinous correspondence to know if the patient has diplopia or the patient has suppression, all for that, okay, for sensory adaptations to squint. Stenopic slit, yes. So all these I will discuss on another day, but this is how an astigmatic fan will look like, okay, astigmatic fan, and how to use the astigmatic fan I'll teach you on another day. And stenopic slit is an opaque disc with a central, a thin slit. So stenopic slit also can be used to find out the axis of astigmatism. And retinoscope, of course, yes, the most objective way to find out astigmatism. Yes, and the axis of astigmatism. Yes. So clear on this, all of the following are seen or are used in the diagnosis of astigmatism except Bagolini's striated glasses. Now next question, during accommodation, all of the following changes occur except. Accommodation means near vision. What are the changes? Increase in anterior curvature of lens. Yes, it is part of the triad. Increase in anterior curvature of lens. Yes, that is true. Relaxation of zonules. Yes, it occurs. It is true. Increase in posterior curvature of lens. There is no change in the posterior curvature of lens during accommodation. Is that clear? There is no change. Anterior curvature becomes more curved. Posterior curvature remains the same of the lens. Yes. So that is the answer. What about option D? Contraction of ciliary muscle. Accommodation is because of contraction of the ciliary muscle. And ciliary muscle gets parasympathetic innervation through the short ciliary nerves. Okay. So comes from the brain through the oculomotor nerve and eventually reaches the ciliary muscle through the short ciliary nerves. Is that clear? So during accommodation, all of the following changes occur except increase in posterior curvature of lens, because there is no change in posterior curvature of lens during accommodation. Clear? Next question, newborn's eyeball is. Newborn's eyeball is a small eyeball. It's only 16.5 millimeter anteroposterior diameter or axial length. So that means the image is behind the retina because it is a small eyeball. Yes, when the image is behind the eyeball, retina, it is hypermetropia. It's a physiological hypermetropia. And how much hypermetropia newborn? Around +2 to +3, around 2.5 diopters. Okay. How much hypermetropia in a newborn? 2.5 diopters. Is that clear? Now, image seen on direct ophthalmoscope. So, direct ophthalmoscope is this one. Again, I'm showing you. So, direct ophthalmoscope again has a handle. So, easy to use by beginners, for everyone. It's very easy, portable, and it's got a little round head compared to your retinoscope. Retinoscope, because those heads are interchangeable, you know, this is more rectangular, sharp one, whereas this is direct ophthalmoscope is little rounded. Okay. And direct ophthalmoscope, it's a monocular instrument, use only one eye to see. No, we use only one eye to see. So there is no stereopsis, no depth perception. Okay, no depth perception when you use direct ophthalmoscope. And yes, correct, Krishna. The answer is correct. So the question exactly was, what is the nature of the image? I've told you, remember the DEV, D-E-V, DEV. Okay. So direct is erect and virtual. Okay, direct ophthalmoscope, you get a erect and virtual. So I had given options like number 1 erect, number 2 virtual, number 3 real, number 4 inverted. So you had to choose combinations. So it was 1 and 2, which is erect and virtual. So direct is direct ophthalmoscope, erect and virtual. You remember they, so automatically indirect would be real and inverted. Okay, real and inverted. Now, yes, the next question, refractive error where one focal line falls on the retina. Okay, it's on the retina and the other is in front of the retina. So I've told you, when one is on the retina, when one focal line is on the retina, the astigmatism is a simple type of astigmatism. Yes, so already we've ruled out the two options which says compound. Okay, so now we are left with simple myopic and simple hypermetropic. Where is the second focal line? It says the other one falls in front of the retina. Image in front of the retina is myope. So simple myopic astigmatism. This is not a myopia itself. This is simple myopic astigmatism. Yes, clear? So refractive error where one focal line falls on the retina and another is in front of the retina is simple myopic astigmatism. What would be compound myopic? Compound myopic is both F1 and F2. Both the focal lines are in front of the retina. What is simple hypermetropic? This is the retina. One is on the retina, another is behind the retina. That is simple hypermetropic. Compound hypermetropic, both the focal lines are behind the retina. That is compound hypermetropic. What's the last one? Mixed. Mixed is one is in front of the retina, another focal line is behind the retina. Clear? Simple. Okay. Alright, next question. Which of the following is used to perform cycloplegic refraction in an infant? See, basically in children, in children, the ciliary muscle tone is very high. So you have to paralyze the ciliary muscle before doing your refraction. So that is why we do cycloplegic refraction. So you have to use one of the cycloplegics. So let's read the option. And they've said completely, very specifically in an infant. Okay. So option A, atropine eye drops. Option B, atropine eye ointment. Option C, tropicamide eye drops. Option D, phenylephrine eye drops. Phenylephrine eye drops is ruled out because there is no cycloplegic action at all. It is a sympathomimetic. It will only dilate the dilator muscle. It will only stimulate that. No action on the ciliary muscle at all. It's a sympathomimetic. So that is ruled out. Now, tropicamide eye drops, it can be used as a dilating for dilatation, but the ciliary muscle tone is very high in children, and that also in an infant it's very high. Tropicamide is not going to be of use to paralyze the accommodation for cycloplegia, so not a good one. Now, is it atropine eye drops or atropine ointment? See, eye drops will be very, very, very quickly absorbed, from the mucosa, from the conjunctiva and all. So, and it can lead to toxicity in children. So, we don't give eye drops, atropine eye ointment. Okay, atropine eye ointment is applied almost like for 3 days before, for 3 consecutive days actually, prior to the day we call them for cycloplegic refraction. Okay, so 3 days the mother has to apply before coming for to the OPD. So, atropine eye ointment. Yes, atropine eye ointment. It's not about compliance. It's a kid. No, only the mother has to put it. Got it? Okay. Increase in refractive index of lens results in very simple option: myopia, hypermetropia, astigmatism, presbyopia. You know, increase in refractive index of lens causes index myopia. Correct? The nuclear sclerosis that in which we have this index myopia, and therefore the second sight of the aged for near vision. Yes. So myopia. Yes. Increase in refractive index of lens results in myopia. Is that clear? Cycloplegic refraction, na? See, you have to paralyze the ciliary muscle. You have to relax the accommodation. See, otherwise accommodation will give you a false idea of the refractive status of the eye. See, if you and I, we are older, so we will not have ciliary muscle tone. Okay, not that much of accommodation that will affect the refractive correction. But in a young children, maybe up to the teenagers, generally the ciliary muscle tone is very high. It will add to the refractive power of the eye. So you have to relax the accommodation. How will you relax the accommodation? By paralyzing the ciliary muscle. Cyclona, ciliary body. Okay, plegia means paralysis. So cycloplegia, you put cycloplegic eye drops and then do refraction. Okay, do the refraction, that is cycloplegic refraction. Okay, Abiyu? Yes? See, normally we do put cyclopentalate or homatropine for a little older children. But in an infant, young children, will put atropine eye ointment, not drops, because systemic absorption will be very high and lead to a lot of toxicity. Okay. So, tomorrow's quiz, okay guys, those of you who have missed the quiz or you want to take it again, the link is there in the video description. So, or you can directly download the Eyementor app and it is always there for you under the free test section. So, you can take the test. Even the squint quiz is available for you, the leaderboard quiz, and yeah, and the fundus image I put up on my Instagram handle today. Tomorrow's quiz is lids, lacrimal and sclera quiz tomorrow. Generally till 5 years. Okay, generally till 5 years, Vinod. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye bye, good night. Any other questions? Okay guys, see you, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.